with world number 2, Fabiano Caruana. Fabi, this position was definitely enterprising. Looks like you prepared it. And then came that critical moment when you chose e5, and as Yasser was asking, instead of f5. Why did you opt out of this move? Did you look at f5, and why did you opt out of that and instead play the ultra-sharp e5?
Yeah, I wanted to play f5, and then I got attracted to this e5 idea. And I'm kind of shocked that it's so bad. Although now that I think about it, it is an incredibly anti-positional move. But I thought the tactics would work out for me, and they don't. And I mean, there's multiple problems, which shows how far off the mark I was. Okay, rook g1 I was worried about after rook e6, but I didn't realize it was so bad. And rook d1 didn't cross my mind. But rook g1 did worry me. I expected this move, and I was very surprised when he took on d6.
What was your intention?
But rook d1, you say you didn't see, and rook d1, the engine gives us just winning directly.
I saw the computer just says, like, I resign, which wouldn't have been great.
Were you aware it was his birthday, by the way, Fabi?
Yeah, I knew
Okay.
it was.
So you saw f5, but you felt like e5 was just sharper and made work.
Yeah, no, f5 I thought would be about equal because he is in time to get queen b2. This square protects all his pawns, and then rook f8 he can play rook g1, rook f6, king h1, put the rook on g2, and we'll probably hit an impasse at some point. Like rook g6, I can even trade rooks, and I think, yeah. I mean, at some point I probably want to trade rooks with rook g6, and we're going to reach, yeah, I guess a roughly equal position because white doesn't really have ways to make progress because his pawns are so bad, his king is weak. He's up a pawn, but he can't do anything, and I also can't do anything because I mainly just have a blockade. I don't really have ways to improve the position. But yeah, black is certainly quite comfortable.
So you weren't satisfied, that's what it was.
I don't even know how to explain my thought process, yeah.
What was your intention against rook g1, the move you had seen?
Yeah, I only realized after I played this that rook h6, king f1 is probably quite bad.
This is where realization sunk in.
So I was going to play d5.
After rook g1.
Yeah. I was looking at like bishop e4 here and knight f6, and it didn't look like a disaster. And okay, I glanced at the computer briefly after the game, and it said queen c2, which looks strange to me. Doesn't attack anything, but I guess it prepares king h1 and rook g2. After which, I opened white's bishop on a1, which was his real bad piece.
Exactly.
So if he consolidates, then he is significantly better.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining us. Just one last thought. You've played 4 rounds. You played a very nice game yesterday. First 2 rounds didn't go so great for you, and today, again, it seems like just some hiccups. What's going on?
Yeah, I can consider myself pretty fortunate overall. From the positions I had in this tournament, I think I extracted the absolute maximum. I couldn't have gotten any more points. I could have easily scored -2 in this tournament from the positions I had. So yeah, I was pretty lucky so far. I mean, e5 is a terrible move. I'm kind of ashamed I played it. I don't really know how to explain it.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, and right the ship.
A quick question for you, Fabi. Out of the opening, you played a move, a very inspired move. I like it a lot, b7, b5. Explain your familiarity with it. Was it something that you saw from a player, or did the chess engine, when you were prepping this move, where did you first discover it?
I discovered it over the board today.
But you've seen it? You're familiar with it?
I didn't know this move b4.
Okay.
And then it looked, the thing is actually, it is kind of interesting. Okay, after bishop a1, b5, I mean, I can play b6, but okay, that's a normal position. I think white is tiny bit better.
Yep.
So b5 was more try to just equalize without playing a long protracted game. And then I actually thought he would play bishop d3 like he did in the game. Yeah, because if bishop e2, then my bishop goes to d7, and I actually collect the b5 pawn. I thought that I equalized very comfortably there. Bishop d7, knight b d5, and I have various ways to round up this pawn. And bishop d3, I thought Wesley is a genius. He's going to play bishop b7, bishop e2. I was worried about this. And, okay, I didn't think that I would really be worse here, but I thought it was very clever to provoke my bishop to b7 where it can't attack his pawn. And if he gets like a few moves, castle, bishop e2, rook a1, then he's a clean pawn up. But I thought I had a few ways to disturb his plans.
Right.
But then he allowed me to take on f3. I thought, okay, black should be completely fine.
Thank you. I was very familiar with this plan of b7, b5 because of the great Viswanathan Anand. He had played it against me in a blitz match we had in Manila.
I have to admit I didn't know this.
It was a private match. But thank you. Good luck, and well, get back into the form that got you the #2 place in the world.
Thank you.
Yes. Ooh, he's dodging some bullets as our Fabi, isn't he?